Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. With Jamaica being one of the world's premier tourism destinations, it is no secret that government officials have become so protective of the tourist trade that in many instances they show more concerns about protecting the tourists than locals. It is also no secret that whenever there is a problem in Jamaica and governments such as the United States issue travel advisory to discourage their nationals from coming here, citing issues such as safety concerns, our tourism ministry is usually prepared to go to the moon and back to ensure that the Americans get what they want. In 2017, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett all but put his reputation for fairness on the line when he called for media houses not to print murder stories on their front pages out of concern that it would drive away potential visitors, even while at that time the government had no crime plan in place to protect Jamaicans. Amid all the efforts to protect tourists, one situation that is missing in all this mix is the fact that some of the tourists who come to the island have become involved in both minor and major crimes. In this edition of Lest You Forget, we will be looking at some of the crimes committed by visitors to the island which often get left out of the discussion when our crime situation is being discussed. Some of the high-profile crimes committed by tourists includes the 2017 incident in which American tourist 43-year-old Douglas Peacock was arrested and charged after he allegedly sexually molested a minor. Also, there are the many cases of especially American and British tourists being caught at the island's airport trying to smuggle drugs out of the island. There's also the many cases of foreigners coming to Jamaica to hide out after committing crimes in their home countries. Of the many crimes committed by visitors to the island, one that stands out is a 1995 incident in which a German tourist murdered a prostitute in Montego Bay and dismembered her body. I will be revisiting that incident from a story I wrote for the Star, which was published on the 5th of August 1995 under the headline, Tourist Held for Murder of Prostitute. The story read as follows. A 25-year-old German tourist, Alexander von Stark, was yesterday arrested by the Montego Bay police and charged with the murder of a prostitute. Dead is 22-year-old Michelle Cornell of Montego Bay. Her badly mutilated body was discovered in Van Storm's hotel room at Seychelles Hotel on Wednesday. According to the police report, Van Storm, who was vacationing on the island, took Cornell to his room on the night of Sunday, June 30, and neither was seen again until Wednesday afternoon, August 2, when Cornell's body was found in the room. Her left breast had been completely severed and there was a large hole in the region of her heart. Following intensive investigation by the police, a team of detectives from Montego Bay CIB went to Falmouth Trelawney shortly after 6 p.m. on Thursday. Van Stork was found at the Falmouth Resort guest house. According to the police, when the German's room was searched, a quantity of cocaine was found, as well as literature depicting gruesome and bloody killings, leading them to believe that he was involved in cult activities. Van Stork, who the police said cooperated fully with their investigations, reportedly confessed to the killing. He was also charged with possession of cocaine yesterday. According to the police, their findings indicated that Van Stork has been involved with a number of prostitutes since arriving in Jamaica last month. It is believed that oral sex was his specialty and that he was in the habit of paying out as much as $350 to the women for their service. Subsequent to my story, Van Stork was convicted for a non-capital murder in the Montego Bay Circuit Court in October 1996. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with an order that he should not be eligible for parole until he had served 20 years in prison. The sentence was handed down by puny judge Justice Chester Orr. While we do appreciate the tourist trade and understand its importance, nonetheless, this is one of those unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica that is worthwhile remembering. Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. Before you go, please remember to subscribe.